Welcome to CMG Video. Today I'm going to do a video how to replace the discs and the brakes on a Range Rover Sport 2018. This one's going to be detailed. Along the video I'm going to stop the video to do basic stuff that everybody should know how to do. The first thing is, what you want to do is you want to put the car in hijack mode or lift mode. To do that, what you do is you got to go inside the car, put the hazards on, and then what you do is turn back up, and then all you got to do is the light in the unlock position, hold the two buttons, and then the car will lift. As you can see, the car's lifting on both front and the rear. There you go. That's it. So I'm going to pause the video now, and then I'm going to come back once I take off the wheel, and then we'll get started with removing the discs and brakes on the passenger side. So like I said, I'm going to pause the video, I'm going to take the wheel off, and then start from there. Right, I'm back now. As you can see, I've taken out the wheel, and now I'm going to get to the brake caliper here. This one, Range Rover, has just standard brakes. It doesn't have the Brembo, which is the big caliper, and it's got the pins in it. So this is pretty standard. It's just like I said, standard caliper. And the way to get this off is there's only two screws there. There's one here, and then there's one here at the bottom, as you can see. I've already loosened mine, and what you need to do to get them off is you need a 13 mil socket and a 17 mil spanner. The spanner, what you want to do is you want to hold this screw here, and then unloosen that. Same thing for the bottom, and I'll show you. I've already taken mine out. That's just a standard 13 mil, and then the bottom one, which has a little weight on it. So that's basically it, and they're off. But now, before I pull the caliper, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go inside the car and under the bonnet and release the oil, the brake oil reservoir, so it doesn't overflow when I pull back the pistons. Again, so let me just show you. I'm going to do that. And said it's not very hard, but you want to do that before you retract the caliper. And where the reservoir is here. So there's only 4 little plastic clips here, as you can see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me take those out and open up the reservoir, and then I will come back to you once I remove that caliper. What I'll do is I'll extract it and show you. I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. Taking the clip out. As you can see, I had to turn the wheel because you can't get enough leverage under there. And these two screws, this is the bottom one, they're quite tight. I think they're 282 Newton meters. So in order for me to get a breaker bar in there, I had to turn the wheel because there's not enough leverage underneath here without doing that. As you can see, this is the top one, and it's also got a plate on the back there. Let me just take that out while I got you on here. I'm going to try to hold it at the same with my other hand. And there it is, that's out. And this is a 21 mil socket, and here's the retaining plate that's in the back that's got to go back the same way. So I'm just holding the carriage there, and you can see it's there. And now and I left the brakes on there just so you could see. And the other thing is, I forgot to mention, is these front brakes don't have any clips where the guide rails on them. They're just standard right on there, as you can see. So I'm just going to take this out, and there you go. As you can see, my brakes are pretty much shot. This one in the front is that, but towards the back they're pretty shot. And you can see from my discs, they're all corroded. So I'm replacing them today, and I'll show you in a little bit, where I got the discs from and the brakes from. And these are OEM, which are made by TRW, as you can see here. Okay, so let me pause this, and I'll be back in a little bit. All right, back. I just want to give you a little update on this disc. I had a difficult time taking off the disc bolt. As you can see, it's pretty stripped, and it's usually a 50T, but it just kept on spinning and it was rusted in. So what I had to do is I had to use a 55 and to bang it in there, and then I used a I don't know what these are called. What are this called? An impact drill to hit it in there, and it loosened up. As you can see, it's pretty rusty. I'm going to use some anti-seize on it. I just bought 2 new screws from Land Rover. So that's it. So let me take out the disc. I'm going to show you in a minute the discs I bought for it, which are great quality, and I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. I just want to give you a quick update on these brake discs that I purchased. As you can see, they're from Beck. I'm not sponsored by any of them, and the brakes I'm going to replace them with is TRW. As you can see, that's the original TRW that's on the Range Rover from factory, and these are the replacements, again made by TRW. As you can see, I decided to go with these because these are good quality and they're coated. As you can see, pretty nice disc, and they're coated and they don't rust as bad. Here's my original ones. This is an OEM one, and look at the status of that disc. Absolutely terrible. Again, like I said, I am not sponsored by them or by RW for the pads. What I will do is I will put a link to where I purchased them because they're reasonably priced in the bottom. So if anybody's interested in getting them, you can just go there and you can purchase them yourself. Like I said, this one is a Range Rover Sport L494 and with standard brakes, and then the front brake discs are 349 mil, and that is the part number there for the front brakes, and for the disc, sorry, and then for the brakes, TRW again, and then the part number on here is GDB 2255. Again, I had purchased other TRW brakes and I had to send them back because they were the wrong ones, and as you can see, I put them up here, they're identical. The other thing is I am going to replace these bushings which are on the bracket here, and as you can see, within time they get hard, and so these just pop out like this. Let me just, there you go, they just pop out like this. You just replace it, put some grease in there, and then just put them back, and that's it. So again, I will update you. I'm going to try to put them on, and then I'll come back to you in a minute. Right, just a little update. As you can see, everything's out. What you want to do is you want to take a little wire brush. I just put on the end of a drill, a little wire brush, and I'm going to clean this out because there's a lot of rust. You want to sit nice and flat, and then I'm going to put some anti-seize stuff on there so that it doesn't seize for the next time. Again, so just nice and easy, clean all this out. You see all the rust coming out. I'm going to pause and then I'll come back in a minute. Right, as you can see, pretty clean all the way around in there. So now I'm just going to put some anti-seize paste, copper grease on it. Is it? Yeah, no, wrong one. It's this one, copper grease, just around here, and then also around the bolts here, and then around here, so the disc doesn't rust up on it, and then also the screw to attach that. And like I said, I'll come right back. Right, I'm back. I just wanted to give you a little update and some more info. What I did is, you can see, I put copper grease all around the edges there, nice and clean. There's the disc. The other thing I wanted to show you guys was the screws, the disc screws, which is that from Range Rover. There's the part number there. I bought 2 of them, one for each side. So again, there it is. So I'm going to put the disc back on now, and the screw I already put copper grease on the screw, and I'm going to torque it to 35 Newton meters with a T50. All right, be right back. Right, so I'm back. So now I'm ready to put the brakes on. You can see the rotors on, and what I'm gonna need to do is extract the pistons. I put this little kit, Halford's, Euro Car Parts, in any place. It's about 15 quid, even from Amazon. And what you want to do is just extract the pistons back so the new brakes have plenty of space to go in. So let me start extracting it now. As you can see, the pistons extracting in now. And you want to get it nice and level, not too far. And a little bit more. As you can see, it's extracting in. And that's it. I won't go any further. And you can see it's extracted all the way in compared to the other one. So I'm going to do the same for the other one. And then I'm going to mount the bracket here, and then the brakes. I'll be right back. Right, back. Just want to give you a little update. As you can see, I've already put the bracket there, and the screws there on top there. You can see there's one there, there's the one on the bottom. These are torqued. These ones right here are torqued to 282 Newton meters. Don't forget that you have to, this plate is also in the back. So this plate goes on the outside of the screws. I already swapped these out. These are brand new now. And so now all I got to do is put the wheel straight. I have to move the wheel, turn the wheel, because you won't get the torque wrench if you're using a jack like me at home to do it. So now I'm going to straighten the wheel. I'm going to give this a quick clean. These are extracted back, and then I'm going to put the new brakes on. Be right back. All right, here you go. Brakes are in. And so now you got to do is just put the caliper. I just have it holding on there so it doesn't hang on itself. And you see I got the front and the back one in. And nice and tight, just put a little bit of copper grease there so they slide back and forth freely. And again, so let me finish this up, and I'll come back to you in a minute. Right, so that's it. You can see that the caliper is on there. Now I'm just going to torque it. The torque value is 35 Newton meters. You want to hold that. I'm going to torque it 35. There we go. One more time. That's it. 35. And I'm going to do the bottom one too, which is the same torque spec. They're not really tight, just 35 Newton meters, just so they slide back and forth. And you can see it slides back and forth with these. Now, again, sorry for the camera there, but again, that's pretty much done this side. And like I said, I mean, they're not hard. It just takes a little bit of patience. Some of the screws might be rusty, but I just want to do these videos for you guys to help everybody else out. Doing the brakes on your own, because it's a tremendous amount of money that Range Rover will charge you to do these brakes. Again, I will put links for the rotors, I mean the discs, and the brake pads, and that's it. That's about it. Check out some of my other videos. I got a bunch of other videos on the Range Rover Sport, on the Audi Q7, a Mini, BMW. And hopefully this was helpful. And like I said, none of these products that I'm showing you were sponsored. So this is my research on them, and I hope that you guys can use these videos to help yourselves out. Again, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe. Cheers.